In this lesson we're going to look at the interior tab and we're going to start with cabinets. If we select the cabinet button, on our right hand side you'll find that the folders with the cupboards and everything have come up. You'll notice that I've got corner cupboards and base cupboards and appliance cabinets and so on. If we go and say select we might go and do a vanity. So in this ensuite here, I'm going to put in an 1800 double vanity. So what I'm going to need are two 900 cupboards, because I can set the width of this cupboard to 1800 if you like, but at the end of the day, if I want two basins in it, which we'll end up putting in using the plumbing fixtures option, each basin will snap into the center of each cupboard. So I'm going to put two cupboards in. Now if I right click and go to edit, just so that we can have a quick look at the properties of a cupboard, you'll notice that we, under the basic, we can have type 1, type 2, type 3, type 4. That one's got a single door, that one's got a double door, that one's got a door plus a drawer, and so on. You can have upper and you can have pantry. So if you go through each one of those, all the images change to suit what we've got here. And down on the properties area, you can then put in the width and the height and everything else you want. Coming across to the leaf, now I've just got flat panels on my leaf, but you can put glass doors or anything else you want on it. Under the details, we can turn the countertop off. If I untick that, you'll notice on the right hand side now the top has been taken off, or you can put it back on. Now you're going to need to do that if you're doing a kitchen and you want to go and do a breakfast bar and or other top that the shape is not covered by the countertop that's put on this cupboard. So actually you'll turn off all the tops and you'll go and put on using a surface under the building tab, a kitchen bench top, and shape it any way you wish. Naturally, coming down, you can show a splashback if you want to. You can show the nosing on the front of the cupboard or take it off. You can show how many shelves you want, the toe spacing and everything else, even including the handle, so you can muck around to your heart's content with that. Naturally, under the appearance, it's exactly the same as everything else that we've gone through in all the different elements, that you can attach a material and a hatch pattern to any part of the object. Under quantity, standard stuff. Tick it if you want the quantities taken off. Now the next tab is an additional tab that you haven't seen before, and that's called behavior. With items such as cupboards and plumbing fixtures and whatever, the program needs to know what to do with it. So basically down the bottom here, this is the important part where it says snap edge, and you'll notice I've got back selected. Okay, so I could go to the right or the back. Now notice when I clicked on the right hand side here where my image is, it's got a black line around it. If I go to the back and turn the cupboard around, you'll see it's on the back. So basically what that does is when I now bring the cupboard into the model, it will rotate so that the back of the cupboard attaches to the wall, and that's what the collision does. If you have that collision turned off, then the cupboard will just freely go through the walls. So you need to have your collision on, and you have to have your snap edge set how you want to snap it to the building, which is snapping it to the walls. The position, the distance above current location, is the distance you want that cupboard elevated off the ground. So basically if it was a top cupboard, you might put in there 1500, so it goes 1500 in the air, and that's what the behavior tab does. So okay, we'll go and whack that in. You'll notice it's sitting on my mouse, so if I move it up against this wall, you will notice when I move close enough it will rotate to snap. There you go, see how it's snapping to the wall, and it doesn't matter, I'm pushing and it won't go through the wall, it'll only go to one side or the other. If I move it over to this wall, it'll snap to that one. If I take the collision off, notice now I can move through the wall. Turn the collision on. The collision can be turned on by using F9, the function. Basically there you go. Alright, now I want to put that in the ensuite, so I can go pick once and then pick twice. Okay, now what you will find, sometimes that line appears. It actually shouldn't appear, so I'm just going to redo that, so it's good that it did happen. Let's try and do it out here. I want to snap it there and there. Snap it there and there. Let's try another cupboard. Snap it there and there. Let's see how that one worked. So we'll just delete those ones out of the road. And we'll try our 900 again in here. So I want snap and snap. There you go. So now it's worked. So those sorts of things will happen to you. Don't sort of think it won't. Now I might want to move those if I haven't got it right in the corner. So basically I can actually just pick those up, turn my collision, my ortho off, right click and go move if I haven't snapped it into the corner where I want it. So just move it over into the corner, and that's exactly where I want it. I can then come back and turn my collision and my ortho back on. Now to go and put two vanity basins in there, I'll just go to my plumbing fixtures, go to my vanity basin and move that over the cupboard. It will automatically see how it's snapping to the first cupboard, and then it'll snap to the second cupboard. Right click and finish. That's the simple way of putting cupboards in. If, however, I want to put them across there where that room is 1800, let's try this again and go the other way. So basically if I go to my cabinets, 900, I want that into there, and I want another one up here. Now it's not going to go simply because what space is left is 900. It's too tight. Okay, so if I just move it out, right click, rotate it, so I can just rotate it. That triangle is the back of the cupboard, so if you touch this one, see how the triangle is on the back. Now I know it's going to fit because that's a 900 cupboard, and that is, and my room is 1800. So when it won't go in like that, that's when you have to take the collision and the ortho off and move it in like I did before. So you touch the cupboard, right click and move, and if I just snap from there to there and whack it in, it goes in. Now in these cases, in some cases, that line will stay on. There's not a thing you can do about it. Okay, you could create a new cupboard and we can try it that way, but sometimes it will remain there, and if that's the case, then you just have to erase it when you take it to work and drawing. So let's go and put the two vanity basins in there, snap and snap, and there you have it for your vanity. Now you can do the kitchen exactly the same way. You can build it up by using cabinets. Come to our corner units, go and grab a 900 corner unit, turn your collision on, and it'll snap into that corner, and then we can go and grab, say, a 900 and snap it to there and to there and to there, and you can see those two made the edges invisible. That one didn't. Again, there's not much you can do about it. Sometimes that appears that way, but when we take it over to work and drawings in a later lesson, you will see that that just becomes a line of which you can just erase, so it's tidied up fairly easily. Now that is, I suppose, the long way of building a kitchen, but that sort of builds it exactly how you want it out of what modules you want. There is an easier way to do kitchens out of cupboards. Now I'm just deleting those. As you'll see, I've got a kitchen with the walls down here. So basically what I want to do at the end of the day is put a kitchen around that, so it's a U-shaped kitchen. If you come back to the building tab, you have this button here, which is the design wizards. Drop that down, and one of the wizards we have is a kitchen builder. Now in a lot of cases, once you select that and go next, in a lot of cases you will find that your L-shaped kitchen, your galley kitchen or your U-shaped kitchen may do you. If it doesn't, then you have to build it up out of individual cupboards like I just showed. So in this case I want the U-shaped kitchen, so I select that button and then go to the next. This next tab is asking me select the layout which most closely resembles the kitchen you wish to design. So how do I want these appliances laid out? Well, basically behind me I want the kitchen sink down on this bottom wall, and I want the fridge up in this top corner. So really it's that one there. Alright, the other three don't match that layout, so I want that one. Go to the next. It's asking me to select the basic theme of the kitchen you wish to design. Now what a theme is, I can configure a theme under my catalog manager to set out what cupboards, what appliances, what top cupboards, what fridge, etc. I want to use for my kitchens, and I can have naturally I can create multiple themes. I've just got one that's got a base cupboard, top cupboards, an upright range, and a fridge. If I go next, you can see straight away in this little picture here, there's my kitchen. Alright, that's exactly what it's going to look like. Now on the left hand side it's asking me for the rotation, so please select the rotation of the kitchen. It's this one here, which is quite obvious. There's my sink where I wanted it, there's the fridge where I wanted it. So now I go next and say thank you very much, I've finished. There's the kitchen hanging off my mouse, I'm just moving it around. Now if I go and push that into the corner, making sure my collision is on, and click it, my mouse once, that anchors it. Now I can draw it out to this bottom corner, or to that corner there and that corner there. So I can sort of now pick a point. So I've stretched it out so it touches this wall and it touches this wall down here. Now this is saying, are you satisfied with the placement? If not, click no and reposition it. Well, I'm happy with that. And there's the kitchen. You will notice my cupboards float out there. I can just grab the wall and just take that forward a little bit, or I can delete that cupboard. So that's an overhead cupboard there, and that's a base cupboard there. So you can go and delete the top cupboards if you don't want to. So just to finalize that, we'll just put a camera in the kitchen. We'll have a look from over here, and we'll just look straight down at the stove, and there you have it. My ceiling's off and my floors are off, but if I just go in there, turn the ceilings on, turn the floors on, and there you have it. I can now, these are all individual cupboards, I can touch those and delete them. I can say okay, select all similar, so that grabs all the top cupboards, so it's grabbed most of them. There's other ones that it's cut in, and go to the properties, go to the leaf, change it to glass, and now if I deselect everything, there you go, I've got glass in the top ones. I can then go and grab those ones, select all similar, we'll grab that one and that corner one, do exactly the same, leaf, glass, hit OK, deselect, and there you have it. So that's cabinets. Alright, thank you very much. We'll just move on with appliances in the next lesson.